Tim, welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Laurent Ferrier Galet micro-rotor square with chocolate striated satin finish dial and 18-karat rose gold case. You can purchase this extraordinary natural escapement micro-rotor automatic on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with accessories included in the sale, high-resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this Laurent Ferrier. Now, Laurent Ferrier is a revered modern independent. Although only founded in 2008, it has a phenomenal patrimony by virtue of its namesake, Laurent Ferrier, longtime complications specialist at Patek Philippe and noted Le Mans racer back in the 70s. The watch itself is a collaboration between Ferrier and his old friends Michel Nivas and Enrico Barbassini, and we'll get to their role in just a moment. But first, let's talk about the measurements and the fit. The watch is effectively a rounded-off square. If you're thinking Panerai Rodimer, you're not far off. The watch is 41 millimeters by 41, not inclusive of the crown or the lugs. So that's 41 millimeters across the case from 9 to 3 without the crown. The watch is 11.5 millimeters thick. You'll note the generously sloped case flank, domed bezel, and domed sapphire. It's an easy watch to wear underneath a tight sleeve or dress cuff. From lug to lug, 47.5 millimeters. You can see it has a very reasonable stance across the wrist for substantial modern presence, but not an overwhelming outright size. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference for perspective. Now, the watch does have a satisfying heft to it because the case features a large amount of actual metal for its outright dimensions. You can see the case is bosomy, sensuous, with compound curves, rounded, all of high polish. There's a great deal of character to the flanks, with a number of soft and hard character lines combining to give it nuance. It is very handsome, and it has a lustrous quality to it such that all of those individual surfaces tend to gleam in their own way, reflecting light at different angles for a complex look without, again, resorting to angles that are outright sharp or severe, acute, or otherwise at odds with the watch's goal of sensuous elegance. Now, you'll note that the strap itself is a sort of suede calfskin that is exceptionally rich. Like the chocolate satin finish dial and the rose gold of the case, it's part of the earth tone theme of the watch and beautifully executed top and bottom. The feel against the wrist is phenomenal, and the pin buckle, beautifully finished and simple, is traditional in profile. Let's talk about the bezel and the dial. The bezel, as you can see, has a distinct step up from the case flank to add a little bit of extra muscle and masculinity to the look of the watch, and the dial is spectacular in every respect. The hand-applied and polished dart-style indices. You can see the dimple minute track outboard. The watch features what are described as assegai or spear-style hands, quite distinctive of this particular mark, and the watch does have a grained dial, but it's not a sunburst. This chocolate features a top-to-bottom striation, so it's vertically grained with a countersunk and concentric circular guilloche sub-seconds dial, so the finish of the sub-seconds does contrast with the dial as a whole. There's a great deal of nuance here, but also phenomenal balance. Now, when you turn the watch over, I mentioned that Laurent Ferrier got a little bit of help from its friends, and so you'll note that this is the FBN 229.01. F should be self-explanatory, Ferrier, but then Barbassini and Nivas, the two longtime friends of Laurent Ferrier and his son Christian, who helped in the setup of the original computer design and milling of the components for this movement. Of course, they were two of the principals in B&B Concept, which was originally a complications supplier to Hublot, and later founded Fabrique du Temps out of Geneva, ultimately purchased as the complication and prototyping specialist within Louis Vuitton. And so Ferrier, Barbassini, and Nivas all contributed their individual talents to the collective excellence of this exceptional caliber. Let's recount all of the hits. First, it's a micro-rotor with a beautiful pawl system that is extraordinary to behold, beautifully finished but also functionally elegant. It rewards repeat viewing. The watch features a dual direct escapement, the natural escapement in the style of Breguet. It has two separate escape wheels with a silicon oscillator between them that actually shuttles the balance wheel. Now, the movement operates at 21 21,600 vibrations per hour, so it has a 3-day power reserve when fully energized. And yes, if you're wondering, the balance is free-sprung, such that it will take and hold a regulation, being adjusted in 6 positions with a free-sprung balance. Superb accuracy is ensured. Now, of course, you'll also note that it is a spectacular finish. There's a gorgeous and deeply textured linear Côte de Genève across the bridges, appropriately enough given the Geneva origins of the movement. You'll also note the pervasive use of black polish, often a rare treat on certain showpiece components of high-end movements. Here we see it on the rocker that disengages the automatic system when you manually wind the watch. We see it on all screw heads. We see it on the cock cap for the balance, and we see it on the spectacular black polished bridge suspending the micro-rotor. This is incredible stuff and well worth the price of admission by itself. All of the anglage is rounded, mirrored, and applied by hand. You can see this bridge just underneath my thumb lighting up in the soft light of my light box. And boldly, they did give the watch one interior angle right next to the center wheel. Again, that perlage is tighter and smaller than conventional in the industry, so you get more to enjoy under the power of a substantial loop, and everything is immaculately finished. In a lot of ways, Laurent Ferrier is more accessible than Greubel Forsey, packs the same patrimony and heritage in terms of its namesake as F.P. Journe, and adheres to the same standards of finish that you would expect from the likes of a Kari Voutilainen. It truly is the best of all possible worlds. You can see and you can purchase this Laurent Ferrier Galet micro-rotor square in 18-karat rose gold on our website.